Anambra State Government flags the 2023 farming season. UNICEF advocates promotion of digital learning platforms as World marks Day of African Child. Police Service Commission approves appointments of Mba Sirima as Deputy Inspectors General of Police. Protests spread across Greece as hope to find shipwreck survivors' fates. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening. Welcome to the evening news on ABS Television. I am Priska Wanko. Anambra State government has flagged off this year's farming season and are sure to keep supporting farmers in the state for food sufficiency. The 2023 farming season flag-off took place at Dr. Alex Ekweme Square in Oka with a theme, Biological Farming, Nature Sustainability Solution, attracted farmers from the 21 local government areas of the state who displayed various crops and seedlings for sales during the events. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Performing the function, Governor Chukwuma Soludo, represented by his deputy Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, restated the commitment of his administration towards assisting farmers in the state for food sufficiency, saying that agriculture remains one of the strong pillars of his government because of the enormous benefits, including food security, job creation, boosting of the economy, and as well lifting people out of poverty. He noted that the distribution of 1 million coconut and palm seedlings per year initiative of his administration is aimed at making palm oil and coconut the new crude oil in the state, expressing hope that through the initiative, crime and criminality will be eliminated in the state as the youths and unemployed citizens will be gainfully engaged in agriculture and other sectors of the state's economy.
We are committed to constructing flood-proof schools and storage bases in flood-prone areas, ensuring the safety and security of our people. We stand with those affected, and our resolve to build a resilient state remains unwavering. In fact, the state government, in collaboration with NEMA and SEMA, is currently working out a major intervention by way of free agricultural inputs for our farmers, and this should be rolled out soon. Today, as we embark on this agricultural journey, I call upon the people of Anambra State to join hands and embrace the power of agriculture. Let us cultivate the seeds of change, nurture our lands, and reap the fruits of prosperity.
In an address, the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Foster Ihejiofo, explained that biological farming is not just environmentally friendly but also economically beneficial to farmers as it reduces the cost of inputs while improving soil health, plants health, nutrient, crop yield, animal and human health, hence the need for farmers to key into the system.
As we all know, farming is not just about producing food. It's about preserving our environment and ensuring the sustainability of our food systems. And the Minister of Agriculture, under the visionary leadership of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, today is telling the world that biological farming is indeed the key to sustainability in every faculty and every department of life on earth.
In an interview, the Deputy Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Chukwuma Okoye, said that the Anambra, especially the youths, should embrace agriculture this time that the oil value has continued to depreciate. So according to him, agriculture is the only solution to the present economic crunch being experienced by Nigeria and other countries of the world. In separate interviews, the traditional ruler of our Abacha community, Igwe Godwin Mabunwanne Odiegu, and his Owelezu Kala counterpart, Igwe Thomas Obonnaya, rated the governor's interest and efforts in the agricultural sector high and encouraged him to do more in repositioning the economy of the state. From Dr. Alex Ekweme Square in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The Anambra State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odumegwu, made the call in Awka during a sensitization exercise embarked upon by the ministry to sensitize the people on the need for individual involvement in the challenge. Ngozi Obileri, our correspondents, cover the exercise and now reports.
The sensitization exercise kicked off from the Jerome Udodi Secretariat through Aroma to Unizik Junction, Ekweme Square and back to the Secretariat. The team, led by the Commissioner Engineer Odumegwu, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry Mrs. Ngozi Iluno, and other directors took to the streets, picking plastic bottles, including sachet water nylon, from the drainages and sensitizing the public on the need to ensure that drainages in front of their buildings are clean to allow free flow of flood water. Speaking on the development, Engineer Odumegwu said that the sensitization became necessary because of the importance Governor Chukwuma Soludo places on clean and green environment. Engineer Odumegwu reiterated that plastic is a major challenge to a healthy environment. No wonder the theme of this year's World Environmental Day, Solution to Plastic Challenge. He urged everyone to key into the All Anambra Community Plastic Pickup Challenge to either win a prize as the best in collection of the highest number of plastics or as the best in cleanliness under the three categories of urban, semi-urban and rural communities. The commissioner said that his ministry is partnering with many recycling companies to off-take the plastics from individuals who pick and bring the plastics to them and pay them a certain amount of money immediately.
What we are doing is in line with the Governor's Manifesto of giving Anambra State a clean and a green look. And we are involving the people in doing this. And involving the people makes it, will make it sustainable.
On her part, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Mrs. Iluno, said the ministry has been proactive in achieving Governor Soludo's vision of clean and green Anambra State, which he engineered by flagging off the silting of drainages when he assumed office. Mrs. Iluno added that the ministry has concluded plans to arrest and prosecute any individual whose drainage is filled with sand and debris, which will start as soon as they bring out notice on that, as they are working in conjunction with lawyers from Ministry of Justice to effect the desired behavioral change in Anambra.
I can proudly say that the Ministry of Environment has been very proactive in implementing the visions of Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, to achieve a clean, green and sustainable Anambra State.
The Director of Environmental Health and Pollution Control in the ministry, Mrs. Oluchi Nwankwo, explained that picking up plastics is now a business on its own in Anambra, as every plastic picker earns money from each plastic, noting that removing plastics from drainage channels helps in erosion control and keeps the environment clean at all times.
We want to sensitize the populace about what our own little way, what we can be doing to keep our environment clean. We shouldn't be waiting for government to do everything for us.
In Awka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Anambra State Internal Revenue Service, AIRS, has arrested the coordinator of Money Points POS in charge of Anambra, Mr. Ndubisi Anadi, over alleged financial misappropriation and removal of the state government payment system. Amaka Chibuzokoe has the details.
The Executive Director of the service in charge of operations and other revenues, Dr. Christian Madbuko, disclosed this in Awka after the arrest following series of complaints that taxes paid into government coffers by Ndi Anambra do not reflect at the state government's central system. Dr. Madbuko disclosed that about 1,200 taxes paid through Money Point are being diverted, adding that the bank removed the government payment system without any notification. Dr. Madbuko further said that he will be charged to court and if found guilty will face the full wrath of the law.
We were receiving complaints of people paying their money, their taxes, but those taxes are not reflected in the state government and central system. So we have to charge him to court to explain the financial rascality we have witnessed. If he is guilty, then the law will prevail.
On his part, the Money Point coordinator, Mr. Ndubisi Anade, said the company received several notifications that payment made by taxpayers do not reflect in the government account, stating that it was a glitch in the system whereby transactions will hit the Money Point platform but will not reflect at the central processing system.
It was being brought to our notice that there are some of our business owners out there that after taxpayers made their payments, it doesn't reflect. That's what we call CPS. So we were notified about that, and all the payment that has actually been made in Anambra State through AIGR, none of them, all of them hit our own system.
When questioned about removal of the government's payment system, the Money Point coordinator accepted that they removed it without due notification to the government, regretting that it was removed due to the huge loss recorded by their business owners. He said the company is working to resolve all pending issues. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Members of the Burial Committee, Diocese of Awka Anglican Communion, have paid a courtesy call on the Managing Director of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, Sachido Obidiegu, seeking collaboration with the organization ahead of the late Archbishop Maxwell Anikwenwa's burial. Members of the diocese were led on the visit by their chairman, Dr. Ima Azinwaji. Blessing Dennis has the details.
The program of the burial arrangements is scheduled to hold from 25th June to 29th, 2023. Anikwenwa, a former dean, Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, died at the age of 83 and will be laid to rest on the 29th June 2023. In his speech, Mr. Ezenwaji said that Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion has been thrown into mourning following the death of Archbishop Anikwenwa, adding that he left many legacies during his service to God and humanity. Mr. Ezenwaji said that the essence of the visit was to solicit support of ABS ahead of the burial, describing the late Archbishop as a spiritual man of God who has impacted many lives positively in the Anglican Communion and other denominations.
The essence of the visit is to acquaint the station with the preparations for the burial of the late Archbishop, and then to solicit the support of the station. The man is what we call an ecumenical bishop. He doesn't have demarcation between Anglican and other denominations.
Also speaking, Venerable David Ezobi said that the late Anikwe loves ABS very much and has supported the organization while he was alive, and described ABS as the heartbeat of the East that disseminates information to the grassroots, and appealed to the organization to feature the program as it starts from the service of songs to the interment. Responding, Sachido said that the late Anikwenwa's legacies in the Church of Christ and in general, and the Anglican Church in particular, cannot be overemphasized, regretting that the demise of the late Archbishop has left a big vacuum in the hearts of Christians, and described him as a father to all, a man of honor, and episcopacy among numerous qualities. The ABS boss assured the committee of full coverage of the burial ceremony, even as he prayed God to grant his soul eternal repose in his bosom.
It will be an honor for us in ABS to be part of the funeral rites and passage. He was father to all. An Anglican, I think he has his episcopal approach. Very well-meaning, Anambra and the fact and even beyond the shores, beyond the Igbo land, should be part of this funeral because he's a man that deserves honor.
On his part, the diocesan chairman on protocol, Sir Sonny Okoye, expressed happiness with the outcome of the visit and appreciated Sachido for his kind gesture.
He's a man with large hearts. For him to have said it, of because that means the state government is being committed, and we appreciate actually.
From ABS Corporate Headquarters in Oka, Blessing Dennis for ABS News.
United Nations Children's Fund UNICEF has called for promotion of digital learning platforms to increase access to quality education for children in Nigeria. In a statement to mark the Day of the African Child, UNICEF calls on governments and other stakeholders to exploit the opportunities offered by digitalization for learning and development of Nigerian children. Details of this story from here.
The statement pointed out that theme of this year's Day of the African Child, the rise of the child in the digital environment, offers the opportunity to advocate for digital inclusiveness for all children and the right of every child to participate in the digital space, especially as the education sector in Nigeria faces many challenges, including lack of access to quality learning, which is pointed out is inhibited by low domestic spending on education, resulting in limited school infrastructure and qualified teachers, high levels of poverty, and social norms not supportive of education, especially for girls. It explained that the bridge, the access to quality learning opportunities, UNICEF and the Federal Ministry of Education launched the Nigerian Learning Passport (NLP) last year, which is an online, mobile and offline digital learning platform powered by Microsoft that enables continuous access to 15,000 curriculum-aligned learning and training materials for local languages for learners, teachers and parents to adapt easily and quickly as their learning management system in school, for homework support, and to ensure continuity of learning when schools are closed in emergency contexts. According to the statement, UNICEF has equally provided 780 schools in hard-to-reach areas and rural schools with 13,500 tablets, 1,000 smart rechargeable projectors, and 780 Airtel internet routers, while connectivity has been enabled for 186 schools through a partnership with IHS Towers, and data costs removed through the whitelisting of the NLP on an Airtel SIM card. In his remarks, the UNICEF representative in Nigeria, Christian Mundoante, urged all stakeholders in the education sector to adopt and scale up the Nigerian Learning Passport to reduce the number of children not receiving any education in Nigeria and improve foundational literacy and numeracy.
Still to come on the news tonight, Police Service Commission approves appointments of Mba Sirama as Deputy Inspectors General of Police. Protesters across Greece as hope to final shipwreck survivors' fates. Here is this special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koiba values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. The news returns after now. Stay tuned.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protein Breakfast. Peak.
You're welcome back to the news. The Police Service Commission has approved the appointments of AIGs Frank Ba and Bala Sirima as Deputy Inspectors General of Police. VIG Sirima will replace DIG Ali Janga, who has retired from service and has represented the Northeast Geopolitical Zone in the police management team. VIG Sirima, the most senior officer from the zone, will henceforth represent the zone. VIG Mbawi represent the Southeast Zone and replace retired DIG John Amadi, who before his retirement represented the zone. The commission also approved the promotion of 14 commissioners of police to the next rank of Assistant Inspectors General of Police and 22 deputy commissioners of police to the substantive rank of commissioners. A statement by spokesman of PSC, Ike Chukwuani, said the decisions were the high points of the 21st plenary meeting of the commission, presided over by its chairman, Dr. Solomon Arase, and attended by all the members of the commission, including the permanent secretary and secretary to the commission, Dr. Mrs. Ifoma Adora Anyamutako. Over 20 elders from Umudora and Umuyukuanam have caused a smile as ABS senior presenter Franca Ononuju shared 2 kg of semolina and a cash of 5,000 naira to each of the elders drawn from the 2 communities in commemoration of World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, WEAD, celebrated every June 15th. The elders who gathered at Omunta Community Hall, the venue of the event, were given a health talk on graceful aging by a nutritionist, Mrs. Chidima Ungu, who told the elders the things to do to keep themselves healthy, like eating well, socializing with people, exercise, explaining also that illness associated with old age as well as things to avoid. Ogochukwu Orano tells us more. Protests have taken place across Greece about the sinking of a boat carrying migrants and refugees that left at least 78 people dead. More than 100 people were rescued from a capsized boat off the coast of Pylos, but hopes have faded for hundreds of others who are still missing. A huge search and rescue operation recovered 78 bodies, but authorities estimate that a trawler may have carried as many as 750 passengers, who each paid thousands of dollars for passage on the battered vessel. Greek rescuers on Thursday scored the Ionian Sea for survivors as hope of finding more people faded. The vessel sank in international waters southwest of Pylos off the Peloponnese coast. The spot is close to one of the deepest areas of the Mediterranean. Super Eagles are training at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena on Akon, Lagos, ahead of Sunday's African qualifier against Sierra Leone. After supporting the Super Eagles to an away win in their last outing against Guinea-Bissau, 3 brands of the stable of Nigerian breweries, Goldberg, Life Continental, and Zag Energy Drinks, say they're again ready to drive the national team to another glorious outing in the African Cup of Nations qualification series. The Super Eagles are seeking qualification to the African Cup of Nations, and they will be gunning for an early ticket when they take on the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone in one of the matchday fixtures on Sunday. The Super Eagles are currently second in Group A with 9 points on 4 games and only need to avoid defeat at the Samuel Kanyan Dole Sports Complex in Monrovia to confirm their place at the next AFCON tournament to be hosted by Cote d'Ivoire. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page. Follow at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to YouTube at ABS Television, or follow on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news, a recap of the main points. Anambra State government has flagged off 2023 farming season. UNICEF has advocated for promotion of digital learning platforms as World Max Day of the African Child. Police Service Commission has approved the appointment of Mba Siroma as Deputy Inspectors General of Police. Protests are spread across Greece as hope to find shipwreck survivors' fates. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround and maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the size of a news package right here on ABS Television at this time. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Wanko. Good evening and have a wonderful night rest.